I've made notes so to keep us in line-ish.
Cool, let's go.
Brought to you by Noah's Arcade.
Hello! Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, no, Phil, you're in there.
And welcome to episode 34 of Vanderhoff & Co. presents Noah's Arcade.
Oh my god, you fucked it up. Yeah.
Today we talk about happiness.
Just lack of... he said happiness.
Was that like a sly...
Penis.
Is that a subtweet?
A sly penis.
Sly penis.
I love a sly penis.
Or is that
Sneaking inside you.
is that a sneaky, just, you kind of spoon in and you kind of like get in and then you're like, oh.
You're readjusting yourself and you're getting the right angle.
Yeah. Or is it the penis owned by Sly Stallone? Which one's which? Can any of you do a Stallone impression?
Oh, maybe.
Out of the both of us, it's going to be you. I can't do
Maybe
the
Phil
impressions.
goes first, and then
I'm not even going to try because I'm just going to fail.
Do you want Rambo? Like, I didn't start the war. The war was here when I got it. Do you want that one? I'm not going to do the old... I hate that one.
Do it where he's sliding the penis inside her from behind.
Okay, because he'll literally... what he'll do when he's doing it, he'll actually tell you that's what he's doing.
Yeah,
Which
I
is
know.
really good about Sly.
Yeah.
So you'll be like, yeah, so I'm about to slide my penis inside you.
That is the twofer. That's the exact dictionary definition of sly penis.
Sly penis, right?
There you go.
When I watched Expendables 2 and 3, right, every time he was talking, I had to rewind it once. And I was like, okay, this is not right. And then after like about 25 minutes in, I just turned the subtitles on.
Yeah.
I couldn't understand. In the second one in the cinema, I didn't understand what was being said. Everything was so loud anyway because there's so many explosions. And then he would talk really quietly in that really like, well, I'm going to basically talk like a little bit. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows.
Thank God for Jason Statham. The Meg.
He's basically Sly's translator.
Yep.
Yeah. So, bizarre introductions aside, ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 34 of Vanderhoff & Co. Who'd have thought we'd have got here?
Such a proud moment.
Because do you know when we last recorded last?
Last recorded last?
I'd say before Christmas.
No, not quite. It was between Christmas and New Year.
Oh,
it was
really?
like
Was it
27th.
Was it? I was going to say 28th, damn it. I was lost anyway. I
when we
was going to say
recorded?
November, though. I was actually going to say November.
Is that when we last recorded?
Yeah.
Yes, Phil.
Bloody hell.
I think there's been maybe a month, perhaps, when I didn't say, oh, are we recording? I think there was maybe 1 month when I might have not have put something on the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
But this year's been...
Shit.
Yeah, I'm kind of having trouble keeping a hold of it, and before it kicks
Pulls
me
it
from it, like some sort of rodeo bull.
Oh, really?
We've been gone for 6
Well done you.
months.
6 months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like 5.5 months.
If I was following this podcast on iTunes, I would have already unsubscribed from it because I'd have been like, oh, they finished, but they hadn't announced it.
No, I left. I was listening to a Kevin Smith podcast where they were doing audio commentaries for Frasier.
Really?
Yeah, and it was called Talk Salad and Scrambled Eggs.
That's a really good title.
They got like up to the end of the second season.
Yeah.
And that was nearly 18 months ago.
Wow.
And they haven't done one since. They interviewed one of the writers on the show.
Yeah.
Who does other American sitcoms, and that was the last one that they did.
Oh, wow.
I kept looking, and now it got deleted the other day.
Wow,
I was
so
like,
fun.
I'm going to pretty much give up on them recording a...
I actually one that I did it before was Out There Radio, and then it was like I didn't realise until like halfway through it. It was basically like two guys, Raymond and Joe, who were actually recording it on the college campus. And I only realised it like halfway through. But obviously it's of like the the kind of thing it's all about is like obviously conspiracy theories and like the things of the esoteric and stuff like that. So it's all things that were up my alley. And I watched. They got to 50 episodes, and it ended on like one called "The Final Truth." Punchy title, and it was all about like 9/11. And it was like a 3.5-hour documentary on 9/11. And I was like, wow, this is pretty awesome. This was back in like 2007, 2008.
Yeah.
And then they stopped for ages, and they said that once they got to episode 50, they wouldn't carry on. But then after that, there's one random episode came out. I think it was episode 51, where they said, "Oh, we're going to be doing something else," and they turned into something called Disinformation, the podcast, which was then like a syndicate. So I think they had like a bit more funding and stuff like that. But one of the original guys, Joe, he left, and then it was replaced by a guy called Austin Gandy, who like was he was like another podcaster who would come in every so often to do like his own little segment, which is all about like the dark witchery, like witches and stuff like that. He was very into that kind of a level of occult. And then they did that for a while, and then it stopped again. And I was like, oh man, they keep stopping this show because I really enjoyed it. And then it became something else.
Okay.
And it was like then the Shadow of Ideas, and I was like, okay. And it was then just the first guy who started it from the first season. It was just him by himself, and yeah, it was like this is over like since 2006 or 2007. I've been listening to this one, but they keep on doing it. So I would sometimes wait like 2 years for a new podcast, and then it'll be just rebranded as something else, or I've realised it's rebranded as something else and not heard it at the end of the episode, like on the Out There Radio one. When I re-listened to 51, right at the very end, they said, "And we're changing too." And I then looked at it and was like, "Oh my god, there's like 17 new episodes that I had to then catch up on." Anyway, that's my podcast story.
I've been listening in its place. I've been listening to a football podcast.
Really?
Yes.
Football?
What?
It's a football podcast.
Who are you?
Hang on.
What have you done with the real Stefan?
It's called Atletico Mints,
Yeah.
and it's presented by Bob Mortimer.
Yes.
And this Andy, I can't think of what his name is now, but he's a sports. He like does a show on Five Live. Is it
Five
sports?
Live?
The sports radio station.
Is he a West Ham fan, Bob Mortimer?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think he is.
I remember hearing like him talking about them once, and I'm pretty sure it was West Ham.
But
I was
there's
getting the old googly what's out. Thank you.
there's so few mentions of football in it, but it is that they
some of our episodes on this about.
Well,
video
yeah,
games.
actually, because we've been going for 12 minutes and we haven't talked about our main.
We're talking about other people's
About
podcasts.
other people's podcasts, and there's so few references to football in it, and it's just this bizarre, really hilariously funny podcast. Very funny, but it's so random. But yeah, it's it's a football podcast. Because there are times some of it I don't understand, like some of the names they're saying, but I've laughed so hard at some of it, and I'd recommend it.
It sounds pretty funny actually, and I know you like Bob Mortimer as well.
Yeah, Atletico Mints.
Atletico Mints.
It's very funny, and they have like this Indian. Their theme tune is like this weird little Indian kind of like a curry house kind of music.
That should be our music.
Yeah. No, ours would be that. I was gonna sing Until I Got High. Is it Until I Got High? Because I Got High.
I got high
Because I got
by
high.
Afro Man.
Yeah,
Because I
but
got high.
the tune I got in my head was from Need for Speed Underground. That dum 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 dum. Woo! 369 one more time.
Nice.
The theme tune to that, and I got the two confused. So
Here's a bit of advice: never like the track Afro Man
because I got high.
because I got high on your Deezer account. Because all of a sudden Deezer thinks you really like that song. And it's good to hear it like once every in a while. It's not good to hear it like I'm gonna say twice a week, and that's quite a lot for how much I use my Deezer.
It was big when I used to DJ,
Yeah,
and it was a good tune to kind of slip in briefly in like sets. So I just kind of
boom,
yeah,
boom, boom,
mirror ball.
boom, boom.
I was gonna clean my room, but then I was Phil.
Oh, burn!
I was gonna put my rubbish in the bin, but I was Phil. Gonna pick up that moldy cup and wash it up,
Oh, but wow!
but then I was Phil. Then I was Phil. Then I was Phil.
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
Bob.
I got a picture of a leopard on my wall. Weird family photos on the wall. La, la, la,
No,
ba,
because
ba.
isn't your new digs
Someone
some you share with
Yeah,
a friend?
sure. Yeah.
Aha. And I'm guessing he lived here
He lives
before. Well, he's not here now,
He's not here right now. He's at work.
but I guess
likes Justin
he's been
Bieber.
here for a while longer.
Yeah, he's been here for about 5 years.
Oh, okay. Hang on, that's a guy. It'd be really nice place.
I cocked it.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally looked at it.
But you'd expect it to be so clean.
Yeah. Oh my god.
God!
You know what he's got?
Assuming.
He's seen it. It's him. He's living
Oh.
with Phil. Phil,
Yeah.
you're living with Phil. Phil.
I'm living with myself.
Yeah. You found your male equivalent
His
in a
male
counter.
what?
Yeah. Equivalent.
Equivalent.
You know me.
Equivalent.
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 Anyway,
Anyway,
We can cut that out.
yeah.
we don't have to.
Yes, please.
So, Phil, new job,
Hey, Phil.
Yep.
new place.
Yeah.
New digs.
New
Looks
digs,
pretty
yeah.
good. It's a really nice place. That's just the
Love
edit.
what you've done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a dog?
Used to.
So you
It's
just...
not-
Ah.
Well, it might come back, but not at the moment.
Hang on, I'm confused. Why is it gone?
Why's it gone? Because Carl's working all the time and I'm working all the time, so we don't take it for walks. And
Okay. Is the Hoover tired?
yeah, it's been worn out.
It fucking hasn't.
There's other ways you can use a Hoover, right?
Anyway, speaking of things that you plug in and that utilize electricity, who's played any video games?
Oh my god. How many minutes are we in?
20, give or take.
Is that say 19 minutes and 32 seconds? And we've just said video games.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it has been 6 months.
It has been 6 months.
So
6.
It's been a long time.
have you
yes, I have.
American football? You have.
I have.
And
Bloody
I've
hell.
been playing a few.
I've mainly been just stuck to Fortnite because I haven't paid for my PlayStation for a little while.
Ah.
So I've been stuck to Fortnite every so often, but not as much gaming as I have been because of other things like work and Bobcats and work and Bobcats.
See, Phil says Bobcats like it's such a small thing, but he plays for the Bournemouth Bobcats. Mm-hmm. That's an American football team. Mm-hmm. Don't care if it's like in the amateur league because it doesn't matter. He's still playing. It's like saying you play in the minors. It's the same thing. Minors and majors. And I think it's awesome. He has a helmet in here, and I can see the red outfit. By the way, the uniform. I can see it. I know what that is.
That's just offense linesman top,
Training top.
training top.
It looks very from here. It looks very similar to the Bournemouth Bobcats uniform because I know it.
I
But
got
I
another
prefer
one.
last season's outfit. By the way,
You don't like this one?
I don't like
I've got
the
my
new
name
one.
on the back.
I know, but I prefer last year. Can I get? I know I can always check the website. It sends me to another website that that basically is like we're not talking about video games.
That's all right.
Keep going.
It's into another website that basically it's like a website that sells for
Yeah,
Bournemouth Bobcats t-shirts, right? Or shirts, sorry. And the last one, it's like a black with a bit of red on the top, and it's got like a bobcat on it, like tearing something off. It looks way better. Then the new one looks more like a proper NFL top, where the last one was a bit more gimmicky. But I thought it was because it was a bit different. It's what made it nicer, but still a nice outfit. I bet you look good in it.
Huh?
I bet you look good in it.
I do.
I already put it on Instagram, didn't I? That picture of you in your like. I had to do it. You sent me that picture. I was like, that's going on my Instagram,
Oh, what, the one with when I was doing tryouts?
and then tagged you in it.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like he's had some head injuries. He doesn't know where he is.
Where am
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's-
you've been a hard man to pin
C-word.
down.
I? A lot of people say that about me.
It's because you're so big.
Can't help it.
Yeah, you're huge.
Trying to put more weight on as well. It's fun. It's fun. Trying to get fat.
Fat PH.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, boy.
So did you play much of the Thanos?
No, I didn't play any of the Thanos. I didn't even realise it was on until like later on.
Oh no.
So I've been playing it since like the destructions happened, but no, I haven't played much.
Oh yeah, now that it's Dusty Divot, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And you get It's like there's a whole kind of Area 51 in there.
There is. You run towards it and you can get these power crystals that make you jump higher. I actually won one the other day. First time ever I've won a whole solo playthrough on that game.
Nice.
There you
And
go.
I hadn't played.
Fork knife.
I hadn't played in about 2 months, and I just won a ton.
Haunted.
Was that a pigeon?
No, it was a towel falling
Oh,
off the back of the
fucking
sofa.
I thought that was a pigeon. I was like, how did that get in here?
Yeah, you would need to
Open
be
the
able
window.
to. You'd need to be able to open the windows.
Oh, you
Yeah.
can open the windows.
I tried to when I first got here.
You can open the
You
windows.
tried to, but his hands just kept slipping off because of the grease.
There ain't no grease.
He was unable to get any purchase.
I love when people say purchase.
It's no grease.
He had to get fresh air piped in from downstairs.
Nah. It's normal sort of height for me, this is.
It's like Attack on Titan. Phil just leans in through the window. Hello. New season soon.
Oh, finally.
No.
Finally. It's taken so long.
Sorry, I wouldn't have that back to.
Anyway, what have you two been playing? What have
I'm
you...
making a list and it's getting quite large.
Checking it twice. Find out who's naughty and nice. That'll be when our next episode is.
What, Christmas?
Yeah. Yes, we are a 6th monthly podcast. Each episode is a week and a half.
It's yes, that's how we're going to do this.
So strap in, folks. Call work. Tell them podcast.
I'm sure there's more than that because I've told you more than that. I've got a list
Well,
of 5 at the moment.
Pick one that you think will be the best.
Well, gaming wise, what I've played, this one's real quick.
What's been the? Go on, sorry.
The most pinnacle moment is literally 3 days ago completing Uncharted 1 for the first time.
Oh, I love Uncharted.
I got to... It's a beautiful game. I got to chapter 15 and I got stuck about 6 months ago. And I got real stuck and I refused to look on YouTube. I was like, no, I'm going to figure this out. And I kept on doing it and it was the camera angle that was messing me around. And I was talking to someone at work about it and he was like, yeah, it's the worst level for the camera. Because I kept on getting to this part, jumping across and I fall down to the ground every time. Put on YouTube. Not gonna lie, 4 days ago, put on YouTube, and I was just like, I'm
Which
stuck.
one's chapter 15?
I've not played the first one.
Have you not?
It's quite good.
I played it. I'm just trying to remember what part that
Like
is.
in a tower bit, a church, sorry, and you got to jump to the top, jump across all these little things, and there's 2 keys you got to pull down to open up a hatch with a heart on it that you then have to go across the side, jump onto it, and then to run out. And then you got then another glass heart in front of you. You then pull that down, and there's something, a passway behind it that then leads you on to the next part, which is chapter 16. I was stuck on chapter 15 for so
the 21
damn long.
chapters one.
Yes.
I think I remember it. I prefer 2. 2's
It has the
amazing.
not Winnebagos. The Windangos from Until Dawn in it.
Wendigos.
Wendigos, sorry.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It has them at the end. It's basically the crew of Drake
Yeah.
from the 1800s. It's
okay.
actually Sir Francis Drake crew that went there and they all got turned into...
Yes, it's the Spanish one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Drake's fortune is Sir Francis Drake.
Yeah,
So I finally looked at it and was like, oh my god. I'm not going to lie. I looked at the YouTube video and it took me 1 time to do it. I was like, I can't believe...
The part that you're on. The thing, I
2
remember
keys.
getting...
You have to pull 2 keys down. You got to go jump across, pull the key down, then you got to go around the outside of the church thing again on the top floor, and then you then pull down another key, and then it then brings down a glass hatchet, and there's a chain on each side of this little area which is closed off like that,
Yeah.
and you got to jump across.
See, the only part I remember getting stuck on, but I played it on hard, was the when you've got all those Winningos and you've got to walk out, and then there's like tons of them just there, and then you've got all the
it's a bit-
guardsmen shooting at you at the same time, and it was like playing it on hard mode.
Oh,
Like,
down the tunnel?
yep.
Yeah, and you got to turn to the right, and then it's got the sniper at the
You've
top.
got the you go down the stairs. You got down the stairs.
Yeah,
You've
yeah.
got one that stands there, and then you've got about 4 more in the background. Take a right, and then you've got
I love
the
this.
things going up high, and you got the sniper over there. And
Do you know
then
how I
there's
got rid of that
also-
part?
What you play on the extreme hard level?
No, I played. I can't remember if it was on normal hard. I can't remember because when I set it up, it was a year ago. But do you know what I did on that bit?
What?
Let them fight.
Oh, they let them fight. but then
They kill each other.
They kept coming out, and there was tons of them. And it was like 2 hits, and it killed you.
Yeah, so I let them fight each other, and then when it was whoever won that fight, I'd then go kill those people, and then walk to the next part, then let them fight again, and then literally just run through that part. Killed the sniper straight away, and just carried on going. But yeah, finally got over that level. And then this is the bad bit, right? So it's 15 to 22, that's how many chapters there were. When I completed chapter 15, and to the end of the game was 1 sitting. As soon as I learned how to do it, I completed it, and now I'm going to start Uncharted 2.
Nice.
and I start
Uncharted 2 is
Uncharted
really
2
good.
on Saturday. Yeah, it's I'm something
The
really looking forward to.
opening,
Is amazing.
I
the
don't
plane?
think.
In the plane.
No, it's a train.
Is it a train? Is it?
Yeah,
So
it's a
I
train.
literally I got to the bit and I've looked down and I went off.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
can't. No.
it still stands as probably one of my favorite gaming. Favorite moments in gaming.
Wow, and that's what I'm about to do next.
Yeah,
Wow, that's
It
literally
is
straight away.
amazing.
yeah. Because I'd not played the first Uncharted, so
That one too, yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. So I don't know. Had you played the first one before you played 2?
Yep, I played them in order because I got the collector's
I got
edition.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
what I'm
And
doing. I got the Uncharted collection,
had you
yeah.
played them before?
No.
And did you have the same kind of? Did you think, oh wow, this is?
I did think, wow, that's amazing. I did play 2 a long time ago because someone told me just to play the start, and I was just like, this is freaking amazing. I need to get this. It's when I had the Xbox 360 and I didn't have a PS3, and it was just like that intro was like.
Huh? What was a PlayStation exclusive?
It is. It was on PS3 first.
Oh.
That's why I said it was.
Oh yeah, because you had the Xbox. Sorry,
360.
yeah,
I
got
had a
confused.
360,
Yeah, yeah.
not a PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I played 2 when it came out. I've played them on, except for the first one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
But yeah, the opening.
Opening is just
Ah.
amazing.
Yeah.
And the
Okay.
fact it just keeps bringing you back to it and bringing you back to it for
I-
a couple of like episodes.
I still haven't felt that the series has been as good as 2. I mean,
been playing
4
and
is
I've-
4 is good.
I've been
4 is
stuck
very
on it
good.
because it won't flipping download the last play, so I've got to start all over again, I think.
Oh no.
I keep going onto it and it's like, oh, you got to this point where you got to climb this building. And I was like, oh, I'm going to pause it, save it, because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I'm going to get some sleep. So I saved it, went, tried to load it back up again. And it's like, oh yeah, we can't find your save. I was like, are you serious? I think it was on like chapter 9.
Have you checked the cloud? Oh, maybe it's because you haven't got your plus.
Might be. Might have to get that then. Bugger it. I'll do that.
Yeah, maybe it's the cloud storage that.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that. Cool. I got my PlayStation
Cool.
Plus then.
I've been playing the new spin-off one that they've done, Lost Legacy.
Legacy, yeah.
That's
The two girls.
I got stuck because there's this huge section where you are both in a jeep and you have to find these medals, and there's 12. I think there's 12,
That when the
11.
Jeep gets caught on the thing, and it's like, and then the mud comes out.
Yep.
And you got to get the thing to go.
Yeah.
Looks really good, that bit.
Well, there's a bit like it in 3.
Oh, is it 3 I've seen it on?
Is it?
Or
No,
4.
4. Sorry.
It's 4 I've seen it
Yeah.
on, sorry.
This is Lost Legacy, so it's the spin-off.
Oh, sorry,
from,
yeah.
from that one, and it's just this big map, and you have to solve a little puzzle. So it's kind of like Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. You've got lots of little puzzles as opposed to one big puzzle.
Yeah.
You have to solve these 11 puzzles, and you each get a medallion for each one. So it might be kill a group of guys and activate these switches, or it might be a full-on moving panel matching up things, and I couldn't find the one because you've got a map that gives you their rough location, but it doesn't tell you where it is.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to find these puzzles as well. And I got stuck looking for this one particular one and gave up for like 2-3 months.
Yeah.
I was just like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then I ended up churning but I'm trying to clear my hard drive.
Oh, that's kind of what I'm trying.
And it
to
takes up, the Uncharted Lost Legacy takes up like 54 gig.
do. Wow, that's huge.
And
That's bigger than the
it's not
3 games I've got.
And it's not even as big as 4.
Yeah.
It's like half the game.
There's 4's 25 chapters, I think.
Yeah, it is quite a few.
It's quite a few
But-
chapters.
Lost Legacy's supposed to be just like
Which one's the one in the desert?
short 7
The
hours.
DLC, yeah.
3.
3's the one in the desert.
Three's the
that,
one in the
that
desert.
Part, that part.
That's
I enjoyed,
that part's quite cool.
But I don't think it's as good as the second one.
No.
Well, I'm looking forward to playing
The
that then.
the ending of 2 is very good, whereas 3 and 4 were both kind of like 3's ending I hated.
3, they changed the technique of, I think it was on diving and countering. I think.
Yeah, they do tweak the combat system.
Yeah,
in
it's not as good.
3.
I don't think.
Um,
I didn't enjoy it as much as the second one. Like, I found it a lot stupider, a lot more clunkier to use
okay.
than the second.
And I'll
one.
let you
I
know
can't
in
remember.
about a couple
Yes.
of months because I'm rinsing through that game.
Indeed.
Indeed,
Indeed.
yeah.
So what have you been playing, Stefan?
Well, I've been playing Lost Legacy. I
Of course
made
you have. You just been playing it.
yeah,
That's so
and
done.
I decided that I was going to try and get myself a few trophies.
Yeah.
I was going to specifically go out and just rinse some trophies for a month.
Yeah.
And my Assassin's Creed Brotherhood save on PS3 has been sat at 99%
He's going to tell us.
for
This is big.
years. Literally,
Yeah.
if you think 2012,
I remember you talking
Assassin's
about
Creed
it.
Brotherhood come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got all of the trophies in it, even the multiplayer ones, and my character rank was sat at 47. 50 is the maximum required to then unlock the multiplayer trophy, which would be the last trophy I needed before the platinum would unlock. This game has been out so long, and it's a multiplayer trophy, and the servers are still active.
Wow. Well played. Well played.
Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Initially, I went online to look for people to boost with because there are so fewer people playing
There
it.
will be boosters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there's so fewer people playing it, they group together and do private matches.
Right.
Because it's easier to coordinate and maximize the points needed. Because this is the higher ranks, so you need points after points after points to rank up, to level
Yeah.
up. So that wasn't working out very well. I was only getting a couple of games because people weren't online.
Don't worry.
Online at the same time as
People
you
weren't
want them to be
online at the same time as me.
I don't think no one goes online as I do.
I'm playing these newfangled computers. Everybody playing PS4. It was hard organising, getting everyone online at the same time. So I just thought, fuck it. Whilst we're waiting, I'll try and find an open,
Random world.
random map, random game, just by hitting the search. I get connected to a game already underway, and there's like a couple of maximum rank people, and then there's some sort of like lower ranks. And so for the next like week, I was actually able to connect to some public matches,
Wow.
and I hit the level 50. I got back into the swing of things and I was learning all how I used to play, and the top rank clicked and the platinum clicked, and I uninstalled the game finally.
Oh, amazing.
But it was, I'd been working. I was like, do you know what? I want to get that done because I haven't.
Yeah.
I was feeling pretty low about my lot in life,
But you got the platinum.
but I got the platinum.
Yeah.
So a non-physical trophy
Has
yeah. Yeah,
I like that. That's a really sweet story. And you know what? That means a lot to a lot of people, because that means you can do it. Anyone can do it. We should all strive.
You just
to be better
just got to
people.
believe.
You've got to believe
you know?
in that. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. There's a book over that says Justin Bieber, you believe, you know? Phil's singing there in the kitchen.
But I then went through and looked what other platinum trophies were fairly easy to do in games that I actually already had. I picked up some games. Somebody was selling a pack of games on Gumtree, like a bundle, 11 games, and I think I paid 80 quid.
Yeah.
And there was like Injustice 2, Street Fighter 5, Rainbow Six Siege, Uncharted Lost Legacy, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which it was alright.
The storyline or the multiplayer.
Storyline.
Yeah.
But then I ended up selling it before I could play anymore. And The Division, which I tried to like.
Yeah, same. I want to either get Siege or Division.
Siege is good. The new updates for it and the zombies thing that they had, I really enjoyed that. I just didn't have the time to play it as much as I'd
shooter,
like.
yeah.
Amongst those games was Fallout 4, a game that I had owned, played up until I had until you have to fight the first Deathclaw.
In this,
in the town.
Oh, that's the point that I got to, but I was playing it on the insane mode.
That's so silly to do that on insane.
Oh, it was so much fun. I managed
What's
to
that
beat
city
it.
called? It begins with a C. Concord?
It might be.
It is Concord.
Okay.
And that's where you meet Preston.
Preston Garvey.
Yeah.
Is it Preston Garvey?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
How many settlements under attack? He'll tell you.
All of them.
I had played up to that point, and then I was umming and ahhing about playing it again and resuming, or did I do a brand new save? Brand new save. And then I looked online, and apparently, there was a trophy, platinum trophy, speedrun guide.
What? Yeah. 25 hours is it not? No, it's 12 hours for the story.
26.
26, is it? Yeah.
And it takes you through every point to hit. So it's like face northwest, walk to this place, you'll see this, you'll encounter such and such, grab these things, go and mod this, do this quest. And so I did that, and I printed it out so I could check off
Nice.
where I was going. 28 pages, front and back, and
Yeah.
And,
I like the reference.
so I followed this walkthrough, and I clocked up about 30 hours, give or take.
That's not bad.
But that is from beginning to platinum trophy.
Wow, 30 hours to platinum trophy. That's pretty good.
And that it's literally hitting every point, and it's like you'll start this mission and you'll wind up here. From this point, you want to turn northeast, ignore the quest marker, go to this location. The only weapon I really used in the whole game was a pistol.
What?
Yeah, just a standard 10mm pistol.
It just leveled up with you.
No, it was all. It tells you to pick when you unlock a level. Pick this.
Oh,
perk.
sorry. Yeah.
So you literally max out your luck. You max out your pistol capabilities, your weapon modding.
Yeah.
And then as soon as you've got your weapon modding, you go through and you level that up, and you can then add in all of the upgrades for the pistol. You sell anything else you pick up to then sell to the guys, and literally every time you stop by a merchant who is selling 10mm rounds, you buy them all. And it's like you've got to, it says equip Idiot Savant, one of the perks. So, and what you would do is you would save before a conversation choice, quick save before that, activate it. If Idiot Savant doesn't kick in and multiply your XP, reload the save. So like 20 minutes, I've just been there reloading a save to get this Idiot Savant to activate, to give the XP multiplier, and then move on.
Yeah.
So that might have been, it might have been more than 30 hours. But
okay.
having to reload and just, I'm sat there, I'm like, load save, back in, go through the speech thing until the thing come up. And I was just waiting for the Pip Boy guy. No, he's a Vault Boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what they call him. Waiting for the Vault Boy to appear on the screen and go, and then I know that it had activated and I got the multiplier. Yeah.
Like a young Mr. Skin.
Yeah. So that was the most annoying part, but
Just
blazing
waiting.
through, just killing everything with this pistol, and then whatever the next pistol is that it gives you.
Yeah.
So, yeah, apart from times when I ran out of ammo for my pistol,
I use the pistol.
I used the pistol.
Yeah. It's a good game, isn't it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I wanted to be with the Brotherhood though,
Yeah.
and be like, I want a mech suit and a big giant robot.
So who did you pick?
The final save. Who did I end
Is
the
it
game
the Institute?
with? I think it was the Institute,
Yeah.
actually.
The Institute is one of the most common ones to go down if you're doing your natural gameplay. It's supposed to be because it's your inner like human part, isn't it? It talks to that, even though it's not, because they're not.
No.
Whereas obviously the Brotherhood is the cool one from Fallout 3, and you want to be part of the Brotherhood again because obviously this Brotherhood is still DLC, is when you become part of the Brotherhood.
Okay.
And the guy who runs, I think it's Maxwell, the guy who runs the Brotherhood in Fallout 4 is in Fallout 3, and he leaves Fallout, the area, the Washington area, to go to, where's this one based again? Thank you, Phil.
Go, Phil, go. Google
Go on.
Foo.
We're gonna do. It's not Washington. It's not LA or anything like that. It's come on, Phil.
Oh, see, I've only recently I can't think of...
Come on, Phil.
Boston.
Boston. Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because where it is, and it's
Yeah. So, yeah, that was... I got that platinum as well.
very good. That is That right? I might do that list,
Yeah, you just literally search Fallout 4 Platinum Speedrun,
and it'll find it for you.
and it'll come up in 28 pages front and back.
Front and back.
Front and back. I think I'm having a stroke. Avert your eyes. We've had a few games in to review as well, which have been quite good.
Oh, really?
And by we, I mean me.
What have they been?
The first one I had through was Conan Exiles.
As in Conan the Warrior?
Conan Barbarian, yeah.
Yeah.
That is a very easy platinum as well. Got sent it on disc, which is good. And then you can literally probably get the platinum in about 15 minutes. 20 minutes.
15, 20 minutes?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
And maybe
25.
I'd say closer to an hour, actually, thinking about it, because because it's online, you can create your own server, Because you can create the server, you can make yourself the admin of the server. And when you are the admin of the server, you can control everybody's XP, you can control everybody's strength, all of their perks, and you can control what enemies are spawned on the map and what items you can be holding in your inventory. So you make yourself admin, you spawn everything you need to achieve the trophy. Except for one, which requires you to go online with somebody, have them stand on your head or you stand on their head, fill your inventory with the heaviest items in the game, so you become over encumbered to the point that whoever is stood on the other's back kills the person they are stood on because they weigh so much, and then you get a trophy and a platinum.
Wow.
So you could do it with 2 controllers.
No, because it's online multiplayer only.
Okay.
But it's an alright game. It's like survival. It's kind of like Ark.
Okay.
And Minecraft kind of, and the battle system is kind of like it's Bloodborne kind of Dark Souls kind of fighting where you got to dodge and it's timing, and I hate it.
But you got all the trophies.
But I got all the trophies.
20
But no, I don't hate the game. I just hate that combat,
fighting
that fighting mechanic, because I uninstalled Bloodborne. I honestly wanted to give it a go.
I haven't played it.
But it was a game that actively did not want me to play it.
I like that.
I couldn't. So Conan Exiles. The next game we had come in to review was Agony.
Oh, I know that one.
It's a first-person horror survival.
Really? That sounds like something I'd like.
It was a Kickstarter.
So it's indie. I like that
And
even more.
it's set in hell,
Ooh.
and you are
Set in vaginas, isn't it?
yeah.
Wow.
It's all very sexual. So like,
Oh, you're
some
being
of the,
serious?
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
I
Some
thought
of
it
the
was a typical
creatures
film
have
joke.
like vaginas for heads.
Yeah.
Kind of like, but scary scary
teeth.
vaginas with sharp teeth and.
No. Is it like the film Teeth?
I haven't seen it, but
I haven't
it's
seen
not.
it. It's a
no,
horror
it's-
movie for men.
But it's
Do you know what it's about?
What?
It's a woman who
woman
has
who
a vagina.
has teeth in her
And
vagina.
she eats penises.
She eats penises.
Yeah.
Not the good eating a penis,
No,
the bad eating a penis.
exactly. Have you seen Deadpool 2?
Yeah.
Oh, God. That is... Wow, okay, yeah.
But there's also like everything's. I mean, I'm in this one location that's the chamber of
Secrets.
seduction or something, and there's all these like semi-naked succubus. There's well, if there's more than one, is it succubi?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Succubi. And yeah, there's like vagina apples in it, and they give you your skill points to unlock
Vagina apples. As in
vagina
an apple
apples. They have
that is
like,
a vagina.
they're like apples that have
They
vaginas on them.
take out the babies that you had to kill
There are babies that get kind of killed
really
in it.
fast.
I haven't seen I know of some.
Because I swear they had
Cuts
some
from it.
issue when they were kickstarting it. They had like these tiny little babies that went on all fours and they just run at you, and there's about 8 of them at the same time. That's just like
I have
falling
heard
up
that
you.
there is a wall that gets built with like
Babies.
babies in it, and I've just gone past a section where there are babies hanging from the ceiling.
Dead
But
babies.
it's I wouldn't say it's a horror. It's just
survival,
really yeah, it is survival. But you don't really die. You're able to possess as long as you have passed. There'll be other people down there, tortured souls down there, and they've got sacks on their heads. And as you go past them, you press square to interact, and you take the sack off their head. Then, if you get caught further down the line, you become like a
guys.
spirit, and you can go into their body as long as you can get back to them in time.
Right.
And then you carry on as that person, and it makes no difference whatsoever to the game.
Right.
It's a kind of a good mechanic to make sure that you don't get caught by these vagina head things that are really irritating.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's another game that doesn't like me playing it.
Why?
Because it
Dying.
keeps when I die, it crashes, and or if I get turned into the spirit, it gets caught on scenery because I've spawned too close to a wall. So I'll be stuck there, unable to do it. I was only lucky last time because I tried to possess one of the creatures, the vagina creatures, and because it was walking around, I could try and take it over, which then took me closer to where there was a de-hooded person that I could then go boosh, boosh, because the joysticks weren't working. And none of the controls, I was like, for fuck's sake, just stuck in this scenery, or like my save would crash. So it would put me back at the previous checkpoint.
Oh, At the moment anything like that starts to happen to me in a game, I'm like, no, this
Done.
game is not ready.
To be fair, they have been working their asses off to patch the fuck out of it. Like, there was horrible screen tearing and VSync issues where you get, like, stuttering as you looked around.
Oh, yeah,
And
yeah.
you know, that kind of where the sync, where it's not keeping up with the... And it used to have...
Like early Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
All their first patches, yeah.
But now that's all gone.
Yeah.
But no, it's all right. I quite like some of the mechanics. It's a little bit... There's a lot of boobs in it. It's very sexual. There's vagina-headed kind of teeth monster thing.
Yeah, well.
Can you wank to it?
You probably could.
What a question. That is great.
I wouldn't have thought, Phil being the person that he'd get past the opening sequence.
We're trying to say.
I don't think it's an easy platinum,
Okay.
so it's all right. I'm going to keep playing it because, I'm having a hard time putting pen to paper when it comes to reviewing it.
Did you mean hard times?
Hey, lads, bants, etc.
Made me laugh.
Oh, that felt good. And the next game we were sent to review is probably... I'm basically finished with my review, and it gets 2 thumbs up. It's very cool. It just needs an actual racing mode, and it's ONRUSH.
Oh, yeah.
What's
It's from Codemasters.
that? Codemasters, they're still around?
Yeah. The former studios who produced the World Rally Championship games, the Motorstorm series, and Drive Club.
Yeah.
Evolution Studios, that Sony closed down after Drive Club didn't do big numbers.
Yeah.
And Codemasters hired all of their staff and took over their old studio site. And this is their first games come out from it.
That's really good.
And it's like
Motorbikes and
motorbikes
cars,
and buggies and cars racing, but there's no start and finish. Each race, if you will, is like you work. There's 12 main races on the course track with you. Then there's like these other mini cars that you can just they call it fodder. It's just for you to knock about.
Yeah, I know that one.
And you literally have to take down everything on the course to build your boost up. And it's like you and your team have to get one round could be most points scored for the team that uses boost the most. Or there's each team has a countdown, and going through the checkpoints stops.
It sounds pretty
And
good.
it's like each team will have a countdown, and you have to race through these gates to add time to your timer, and it's the team that runs out of time first.
Yeah.
Or there's like most takedowns, and there's different challenges and stuff as you go. I think there's about 8 different modes. It's really good. It's very pretty, and it handles beautifully.
Yeah.
It just needs an actual racing mode. That it's missing. It's like, well, it just seems they're like, oh, it's not a racing. They call it vehicular carnage. Vehicular.
Vehicular.
What did they say they called it?
Submissive vehicles.
Oh, anyway, and it's like a fighting game with cars.
Is there rockets?
Submissive vehicles.
Rockets? No. There's power ups. There's like little power ups you can activate, but there's no real rockets as such.
Okay.
And then you can boost normally, and then once you've built up your meter, there's like a super rush boost, and you hurt along super fast, and you can knock people out the way, and that has different, like, you become almost like a tank that can just plow people out the way, or if you get ahead of people, everyone behind you can't see because you've got this power up activated, or it messes with their controls.
Right, okay, yeah. They should put on a racing mode.
They should. That's all it needs.
Yeah.
Just a standard first across the finish line.
Yeah.
Or first, second, third kind of a...
I bet they will.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah.
But it's very kind of SSX, kind of... It's arcadey. The music's very... And you unlock different skins. There's loot crates on there.
Yeah.
But it's all skins. It's all cosmetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I really like it.
There you go. From Codemasters.
Yeah.
That is what I like the most. Because Codemasters is one of the old British ones, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. That's what I mentioned in the review, which is kind of like 99% written.
Oh, nice. Well, there you go.
I haven't...
What's it called again, sorry?
ONRUSH.
ONRUSH.
Yeah. ONRUSH.
On the Rush!
So there you go.
There you go. That sounds pretty cool. I might actually see if I'll look into that one actually a bit more.
What are you on about?
So obviously, I think you...
Is Phil cooking?
I think so. He's actually cooking an actual meal. He saw me eating my sushi. So obviously I can see you have got one game on your list there, which we've both been playing at the moment.
Oh yeah.
Did you get it after that it went PlayStation Plus, or did you have it as a disc?
No, after PlayStation Plus. You bought it literally just the week before, didn't you?
No, ages before.
Oh, did you?
But I'd only started it the week before. And I was like, because I knew it was about to come out on PlayStation Plus. I was like, you know what? I have had a feeling you might download it.
It was on my radar because I played.
The one on the PS3.
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yeah, no, it was good.
I watched a YouTube video, a 20-minute video, to catch me up because I was like, well, I need to know because I remember playing the one before that, and the one before that. I remember how the storyline was so in depth.
Yeah.
So yeah, I saw it on PlayStation Plus. Which, by the way, we're talking about Deus Ex: Mankind Divided.
Yes. Oh, had we not said that?
We actually hadn't said it. I said it like it was a code. You had to try and guess it. Yeah, so I started playing it, and I can see that it's on yours. So, what do you think of it? Have you played it?
Yeah, it's all right.
I've got to the bit where you're in your apartment on the first city, and I've done a bit of that. I'm hoping it gets better. Does it?
Yeah. Once you unlock all your abilities and stuff.
Does the game become too fast?
What do you mean?
Because obviously I watched another robot at the start, and it was super fast, and I was like, I have no idea how I'm going to keep up with that on screen.
No, I wouldn't
okay.
say it was fast.
Have you completed it?
Nearly.
Ah, okay, cool.
It's just the same as the other one, just without the shitty boss battles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the last one, Human Revolution.
Human Revolution, it's called. We'll talk about Deus Ex.
Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. I call it Deus Ex because it looks like a deuce to me.
Deus Ex.
Yeah, Deus Ex.
But yeah, Mankind Divided, the
Yeah.
new one. Hey, it's all right. Just
Well-
doesn't have the stupid boss battles.
There you go. Would you say it's 7 out of 10? That's what everyone else with reviews gives it, about a 7 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not quite. It's good,
But it's not great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I don't see 7 out of 10 as a bad thing.
7 out of 10's not too bad, really.
Because usually you get a rough and ready kind of game and it's all right. And then after a few patches, it gets better. That's what at the moment. That's what
Looks good.
looks beautiful, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm only up to the first. I said I'm only on chapter 1, so I've only started it because I started playing loads of other games instead. So that is on my list. I've only played like probably about 7 hours. That sounds a lot. 6 hours? 6 hours, I'd say.
Yeah, if you've been doing... The one thing is, you can literally breeze through all the story stuff.
Yeah.
But there is so much side stuff, different like quest lines that it goes down and unlocks and different things. And if you do certain things in one bit, it might stop you from being able to... And you have to kind of balance. That's quite cool, but I'm just... it's not that good. So I'm just like, story.
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 Did you play it, Phil?
No, I didn't. I didn't realise until recently that I didn't have PlayStation Plus. I thought I still had it, and then I went to go and download some of the games. I was like, hang on a minute, I haven't got it.
Mine's paid up to 2019.
Nice.
No, sorry, 2021.
What?
They did a thing where... Sorry, I'm going to stomp on your conversation about... Because I like the sound of my own voice.
It's good, go for it. Because I'm really curious about how you've got a 4-year, 5-year contract.
They had thing on PlayStation Plus before the price went up. They were doing 15 months for the price of 12.
Yeah, they did.
And
that's what I did.
I follow Hot UK Deals, the gaming thing. I get the gaming feeds, and there was on Amazon you could buy 50. What's the max? £50 PlayStation credit for 25.
Right. Okay.
And I was like, well, fuck yes. So I bought 100 quid's worth of, or whatever the deal was, I bought 2 lots of it. So I had fucking 80, I think it ended up like 80 quid worth of PlayStation Plus credit for like 50.
Wow, nice. Good
something like that. And I used it to buy PlayStation Plus because it can be stacked. So I ended up buying like 2.5 years worth of PlayStation Plus for next to nothing. And I still had credit to buy some games as well.
Very well done.
So
some
yeah,
good savvy stuff right there.
I think I bought. There's a couple of trophy games that you can just buy for 99p and it gets you a platinum.
Yeah.
So I did that on these 2 games just because they were like £2. So
yeah, might as well.
Thought, fuck it, why not?
Yeah, money.
Money.
So I got to talk about a game. It's literally, I'm on chapter 4 right now, which is about 6 hours in.
Abe's Odyssey.
Mate, you know I love that game. Mm-hmm. I love Abe's Odyssey and Abe's Exodus. I didn't play any of the ones afterwards, like Munch's Odyssey or whatever, or Munch's Exodus, whatever it was called. No, this game it's made by a Terrible Toy Box, which is one of the Ron Gilbert companies. So he's
See, now I know all about this, so I'm keeping stum.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
How much have you played? Have you seen a walkthrough?
I haven't. I don't think I've seen any footage, but I've seen images.
Yeah.
And I know a bit about it because I follow. Because Noah's Arcade follows Ron Gilbert on
Of course.
on Twitter. So any updates he's posted, and we've interacted with him before because he
Yes.
wished you happy
Happy
birthday.
One of my most favourite moments. Oh my god!
And he was all about to tell you the secret of
Monkey
Monkey
Island,
Island,
but he didn't.
Ran out of characters.
He ran out of characters. Damn you, Twitter! So yeah, Thimbleweed Park is a point-and-click game from the guys who made Monkey Island. It was released last year. It was like all done by like a crowdfunding, wasn't it? So it's like it was done that way, I think. And then it was released late last year. And as soon as it came out, I didn't know anything about it to begin with. It was someone at work who said, "Oh, have you heard of Thimbleweed Park?" And I was like, "No." And he goes, "It's if you like Monkey Island and Day of Tentacle,
All the kind of classic
LucasArts games, you want to go and you got to check it out." And I was like, I looked it up, and I was like, straight away, I was like, "Oh my god, it's Ron Gilbert! How did I not know this?" But I think he told me it came out in September, and I think he told me about it in like November. So it wasn't like it was like the end of the world for me.
Yeah.
But I was thought to myself, right, when I finally found out, saw it on PlayStation Store, I was like, oh, it's going to be in the January sales. So I was like, oh, I can wait, because I've got so many games to play anyway. But then it wasn't in the January sales. I was like, oh, now it's been out for like a few months. I was like, it's going to be out in like March's sales. I was like, so I wait till March, and it wasn't. And I was like, oh my god, I might as well just buy it at full price. And I literally clicked on to go buy it at full price, and it was on sale for $7.99. And I was like, oh my god, because I really wanted to play it. And started to play it, and fell in love with it straight away.
Yeah?
It feels like to me like a mix between Monkey Island and X-Files.
Okay.
So when I'm playing it, I'm like going, the jokes are there. The way that they do the only thing I would probably say is a little bit annoying is how when you are playing as the main characters, there's two of them, and you can't. I don't as of yet. There might be. I could be just saying it wrong, but there's no joint option to make them walk together.
Oh, okay.
So you have to move that person to there, and then move that person to there by pressing R1 to go between the two characters.
Yeah.
But if they had the option so you could move them both at the same time, that would most make it easier. But you can then what the game is basically trying to do is this detective and this they're not really partners. They don't like each other. He's a bit of a doofus and he's a bit of an amateur where she's an actual proper agent and he's like a detective. And they're trying at some point say like, oh, I think we should split up. So you can actually then go and
It is generally the men in these games that tend to be
the doofus.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can actually split them up and then do their own separate storylines and stuff like that. But they, at the very, very start, when you first meet, and there's a dead body in the water, and because you actually see the murder. Well, you don't see the murder. You are the person who gets murdered.
Okay.
And then you got to go down this little bush area and to where the sewers are, and this creature's down there, and then something comes out and then kills you. So you actually see it all happen, and then you're the detectives.
But am I right that it's set in the 80s? Is it?
I would say, yeah, 80s, 90s, they mention it. They actually do say it. I think it is the 80s. So everything is like something has, if it's a piece of technology, it always has like 3,000 on the end.
Oh, okay.
So that's the doodly, watch it 3,000. It's like that because there's a certain character in it that always says doodly, and there's another character that says diddly, there's another character, and they all look alike.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's an overarching. I haven't got it to it yet, but I think there's an overarching cloning story here going on with this main company that they're all talking about, which is like used to be a pillow making factory, and they want to. This person's coming to town. The worst person who's murdered is coming to town to basically sell his idea of turning the pillows, when they're normal, they're teddy bears, and when you turn them inside out, they become pillows. So he's coming to this pillow factory to basically sell his idea. But then he gets found killed, and then these two detectives are brought in to find the murderer. And so yeah, you come in and you have to see the dead body, and then in your inventory, because it's set out like Monkey Island, so you've got your use, your give, your push, your pull in the left-hand corner,
yeah,
and your inventory on the right. And if you read each other's like notebooks and stuff like that, like it tells you what you got to do. So it'll be like, oh, you have to photograph the dead body because it's a dead body. So you get your camera out, but you're like, I haven't got no film. But the guy has a piece of film. So if you then flip to him, he's then got a piece of film. So you give that film to her, and then she then puts it into a camera. She can take a picture. That's your first little bit done.
Okay.
So it teaches you really nicely, easily how to get into the game. And then once you're in it, you go into the main town, and it's, from what I can gather at the moment, yeah, it's X-Files come a little bit of Monkey Island. So straight up my alley. I'm a detective trying to find a murder. A little bit later on, there's a bit where you have to play as a clown. You play as the clown who called Ransom, I think his name is. and he's really rude. So, but when he talks, it's all bleeped out. So you have to like get ready to go on stage, and you go out on stage, you have to make loads of jokes, and to people in the crowd, like, "Oh, you're so hairy, your beep is so beep and beep beep."
So beep and beep beep.
It's
Beep
called,
and beep
yeah.
beep.
He's something that beeping can. So then after that, you have to play as this little girl who's going to go off to college and stuff like that, and leave. Who's actually the Pillow Factory's owner's daughter, and she's walking around the house, and that's when I tweeted about it, and I went, there's a big library in this house, and every library, there's like, I'm going to say there's 300 on the ground, and then there's another 200 books up there. So there's about 500 books in the game that have 2 pages of writing in it, and they all have different stories. So one of them was called Space Wars 4. Because it's Ron Gilbert, and he has a relationship with LucasArts, he's allowed to talk about it.
Oh, amazing.
So it's amazing, some of the stuff. There's like, it's got all Sam and Max in there, and all that, but all the ones that I click on, I was like, oh, look at all these random books. And I went to click on one of the books. It was like book whatever it was. And it was The Secret Ape, which was the Monkey Island story.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, Secret Ape. Click to the next page, and it went, a pirate comes onto the land of, and it said like Punch Fist Island or whatever instead of Melee Island. And I was like, this is Monkey Island. Like, of all the books I click on, I was like, take a picture, tweet.
Oh, that's what that was.
And then I got followed by Thimbleweed Park. And then that's like my most impressioned tweet I've had in like 10 years. It was like 2,500 impressions, 25 likes. I was like, oh my God, I'm a celebrity. And then like the actual the game developers started following me and stuff like that. And it is an amazing game. And the community that's around that game as well. Whenever I say anything about Thimbleweed Park on Twitter, I get loads of people commenting afterwards about how amazing this game is. So even if it's $7.99, $14.99, even $29, the game is worth it.
Okay.
So it gets to me at the moment. I'm playing at the moment. I'm going, this is on par with Monkey Island so far. So from what I can gather, some people are saying it's better than Monkey Island 1. I'll wait.
Blimey.
My own judgment.
High praise.
But I'm really liking it so far. I know I said liking it. I'm really liking it so far.
You're liking that game
liking
there
that
so
game.
far.
I don't even mind that I'm not being a pirate, because I'm being a detective and an X-Files agent. Yeah. So yeah, Thimbleweed Park, really highly recommend. Download now. Available on iPhone, Android. Obviously, iPhone is iOS.
iOS, yeah. If it's on Android, then I might get it on my phone.
Right, get it on your phone.
It's catching.
And get it on the older Android. Also available on PlayStation 4, and I think also Xbox.
And I think
PC.
Switch as well.
Is it available on Switch? Oh, yes, it is. Yeah, it is available on Switch.
Yeah, it's like, that's their kind of thing, isn't it? It's like, there you go. I also, as an indie... Oh, actually, you see who was at fucking Rezzed this year?
Who?
Because we've got 6 months worth of... Who was I hoping was going to be at Rezzed when we went? And then who was there this year? We did an interview, didn't we?
Oh, with Bikes and Nights?
No. Double Fine.
Yeah.
And we talked to the guy, Tim Schafer.
He was there.
Was there this year. Yeah, we interviewed some awesome guy who gave an awesome interview about Full Throttle Remastered.
Yeah.
Who's like the next one down in Double Fine. I can't remember his name, and I feel bad for not remembering, because he was an awesome...
As big as Tim Schafer, but yeah.
No, I was like, oh, Phil, wouldn't it be cool if Tim Schafer was there and we've got an interview with Double Fine? And Phil was like, oh, mate, it's not going to happen. And
He's
I was
the
like, no, but...
designer of Monkey Island.
Yeah. And this year, he was there and he was doing meet and greets. And if I'd have applied and we'd have gone and we'd have got... Because we'd have gone and got pressed and definitely have got in contact with them. And so there's no reason why we wouldn't have been able to have met him. And I was, as soon as I saw them announce it, I was like, oh, are you fucking kidding me? I was, and I was like, can I get is there any way I can get to go to Rezzed? I was like,
When is it?
It was the beginning of April.
I'm really busy. Playing video games.
Because I was away.
You were.
In Florida.
You were
you went for
sunning it
so long.
2 weeks.
Was it? Did you say it was a family holiday?
Yeah.
Was it good?
It's alright, actually.
It looked really nice from your pictures.
What pictures?
I've
Pictures
seen
of beer.
pictures of beer. You posted up something. Did you go to Disney or something?
Oh, Harry Potter, I think. Did I post that? I don't even remember. I
Oh,
didn't really
yeah,
take
it might
many
have been.
photos. I don't really like taking photos that much.
I like taking photos outwards, but not looking at me. That's why my Instagram, I don't know if you noticed, I think there's one picture of me, and it's from my head here, with my hair in a bunch. Apart from that, don't have any.
I don't like taking photos. I prefer looking at everything and going, "Whoa, that was nice," and then telling people about it. Oh, that was good. I enjoyed
Yeah, but
that.
Phil, your memory's terrible.
Yeah, you're that.
I just said, there was a picture and it looked like Disney, and you went,
is
well,
there?
maybe it was
Did
Harry
it's
Potter.
the intro into Disneyland. Yeah,
Did you get a butterbeer
knife.
Did you see the beginning of the Florida Project? Or the end of the Florida Project, though?
with the kids running?
The kids
down
running
there?
through. Terrible movie.
I've not seen it, but
Saw it at Odeon Screen Unseen.
No.
oh yeah. Oh, do you know what I watched the other day? Finally watched Death of Stalin.
It's funny, isn't it?
Amazing.
So funny. Saw that at
need to
Odeon
see
Screen
that.
Unseen.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, Ant said good things about it, and it's
Yeah.
Armando Iannucci. His stuff is,
Yeah.
brilliant
Love him.
film.
Love the movie. It's so funny. When it was in the cinema, it was just like the first, because it was Screen Unseen, no one knew what it was. It came with Death of Stalin, and everyone was like, "What? What is this movie?" And then started watching it, and then within 15-20 minutes, people started to realise it was a comedy, because no one knew it was a comedy.
Yeah, well, how would you? It's not presented.
Yeah.
It's a comedy. Death of Stalin. It doesn't sound.
Death
like
of
a comedy,
Stalin.
does it?
Yeah, and then of
And
course,
but it is.
it just gets funnier and funnier
Yeah.
and darker and darker.
Yeah, it's genius. Absolutely
In the
genius.
cinema, right, the amount of people that's just literally were cracking up, and then there's a group of people that just weren't saying, like, they were silent. Like, there was like some people who did not get it,
Yeah.
and then there was everyone else.
Like,
Yeah.
And the people that liked it were laughing loudly. That was one of them was me. Every time there was the kind of jokes and the humour that they came out with, I couldn't help myself. I had to laugh.
Yeah,
It was
it
so
is.
good.
It is a very, very good film.
Yeah,
Speaking of very good films, have you seen Avengers?
I have seen Avengers.
nope.
Oh wow,
Avengers is good.
good movie.
It forces it's done exactly what it needed to do.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of everyone's talking about.
Yeah,
Because it's
anything.
no, we're keeping it very vague.
We're
and that's-
vaguing it up, dude. Don't worry.
But it's good.
It's a good movie.
Yeah.
It's a good movie. And you know what? I like how it's all leading up. I have one concern that someone is gone and won't, I don't know what to say. Go like that.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Because of that. And
Yeah.
then because of that, it's cool now, dude. I won't say it. I was like, oh, because that,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, well, boo, boo-da-boo-bap. But anyway, so we're not going to talk about Avengers anymore. But have you
Captain
seen-
Marvel though. That's
Marvel.
the next one
Yeah.
up, and it's set in the 90s.
I think so. I think I read that.
Because
Yeah.
Coulson's back for it.
Really?
Yeah.
Agent Coulson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guy.
Although I'm really behind on Agents of Shield.
I'm 4 seasons behind.
How many seasons are there?
4 or 5? I've seen the
5
first.
seasons behind.
I've seen the first season. but
It's
I haven't seen
good,
it.
and the way that they actually it ties in with the movie universe, even if it is ever so slight,
Yeah,
they do a good job of it.
yeah. Have you seen Deadpool 2?
Not as good as
No.
hang on, for TV universes though, the Arrowverse that they call it,
Yeah,
with Arrow and Supergirl and
The other one,
Flash,
that's it.
and Legends of Tomorrow. That is very well set up.
Until they go into the movies and they change the character.
Oh, that new Flash, I didn't like him. He's
Yeah.
not a patch on TV series
They
Flash.
should have kept it like that. They should have kept
They
it
should have
him,
done
yeah.
and made a movie. I'd have watched the fuck out of a movie version of that Flash.
Yeah. Because is the Flash good? Is it Origins?
A little bit.
A little bit, okay.
The first season is him finding his feet as a hero, but it's not about... The series isn't really about him.
Right.
It's about who this reverse... That you get reverse Flash
Yeah.
is the
I
bad
watched
guy
the
for the
first
first season.
season.
Oh, you've seen the first
Not
season?
of this version. Of like the 1998 version,
Oh, the original.
1997.
The actor who played the original Flash in the 70s or 80s version plays his dad in the new one.
Very good. I'm liking
And
that.
there are...
I watched
yeah,
it every Saturday on Sky One.
Mark Hamill reprises his role as the original...
Cop blocker.
No, not... Yeah,
Cock
he's
blocker.
cock blocker from...
Yeah.
Funny story. Love that. I like when he appears and it's like, look kids, it's Mark Hamill. Oh no, doesn't it say Luke Skywalker?
Yeah. Oh yeah, sorry,
Yeah.
yeah. Get me off my lightsaber, Mark. Lord Lucas is gonna sue.
you were going to say about Deadpool 2.
Have you seen Deadpool 2?
I have seen Deadpool 2.
And you haven't. Right, okay. So there's nothing really that... Right, so I haven't seen Logan.
I haven't seen Logan either.
Yeah. Stefan now knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Deadpool 2 does kind of spoil Logan.
Yeah.
Because my mate John hadn't seen Logan either. No,
I was
who was it?
going to watch it the week before. I was going to watch it on
it
from
was
Sky,
Chris from
but
work.
I missed it.
He was like, "Oh, hang on a minute. Does he die in
Yeah.
Logan? Did you not know that? Did you know that already?"
What are we talking about?
Logan dies in Logan.
Nah, I'm going to spoil that.
Yeah.
But he was like, "So does he? So he dies in Logan?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah." You need, but Logan is phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm going to see it. I was going to watch it days before, but I didn't get round to watching it, and I'm gutted now because I'd have been like,
I made a point of waiting for the Blu-ray. They did a steelbook Blu-ray release, having already released it,
Yeah.
and it had the black and white version, the noir version.
that's available on my Now TV. I want to watch that.
And I was like, yes, please.
Yeah.
And I've also downloaded the black and chrome edition of Mad Max Fury Road as well,
Yeah.
which I need to rewatch because that is a fucking good
It's a
film.
movie.
And yeah, Deadpool 2.
Deadpool
Yeah.
2. I really enjoyed it. Whilst watching it, I thought to myself, whilst watching the movie in the cinema, I want to see this again.
Yeah.
I actually want to see it
And
again.
Monica, what's her face, is hot.
Oh my god.
That's the only good reason for watching Gotham.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because he's such an aggressive detective.
How much of Gotham have you watched?
The first 2 seasons.
Phil, have you seen any
Gotham,
of
I've seen up to what I think it's on Netflix, isn't it?
Yeah.
I've seen everything that's on Netflix.
Have you also seen Unbreakable
the-
Kimmy Schmidt? Have you seen Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt?
No.
It's weird that Cobblepot's mum is like one of the main characters in that show. But carry on.
is it?
Yeah.
Just, it gets so... We've stopped watching it.
Yeah.
Because it's just, this new season is bollocks.
Oh, it gets a bit boring. I think I just had it on in the background.
Yeah, it's deteriorated so much.
It started off really well.
Yeah, the first they introduced the kid who you kind of thought, is he the Joker, because of the way he was, and he was amazing.
Yeah.
Like the beginning of season 3, I think. But then they killed him, and that was it. And since then, it has been shite. And it brought him back, and they changed him, and now he's shit.
Yeah, because they brought him back to do the whole killing joke sort of thing.
Yeah. Even and like Riddler and Penguin were the best characters,
Yeah, they were.
and they've even ruined them.
Oh.
Yeah, they're pretty dull. Riddler was amazing.
Yeah,
Riddler
I
was-
I
He
could
was my
even
favourite in the second season, yeah.
I could even keep watching when it was Riddler and Penguin as best mates, like living together. It was brilliant
Yeah, it
because
was.
they were like the odd couple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they stopped that, and now they hate each other, and they're trying to kill each other, and it's shit. And they've ruined Riddler by like some accident happened, and he's lost his intelligence, so he's not
Is
the
this
Riddler anymore.
Before Dr. Freeze or after?
Freeze was shite as well,
Shite. Freeze is terrible.
and
Is it if you?
What-
Is that
lo-
past
There's
the plot?
be a
Is that
freeze.
past the plot that they're inside, all inside the fucking
Asylum.
asylum, and
Yeah.
then they all escape again?
Yeah. I liked.
Sex asylum?
No,
Asylum.
they're all in. It's like some farm or something they call it, something Heights or I can't.
Oh, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
And the main
when I
head
kind
of the
didn't
asylum is doing experiments on them.
Arkham.
No, they don't mention. Is it Arkham?
No, it's not Arkham.
No, it's not Arkham. It's a different facility, isn't it?
Because Arkham's the one that Batman makes later on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, Arkham
Yeah.
is in it.
Yeah, it's an area, but it's not an Arkham asylum.
Oh, is it still? I can't quite
I
remember.
don't think Arkham in that is an asylum. Arkham's just a place. Or they're talking
I've
about it.
stopped watching it
Well,
so
but it was-
because they've just
yeah.
they've ruined it. And the only good thing was like the Doctor. He was quite cool.
I got really. I think I've watched probably everything you've seen, but like the last series, I was probably like, I'm doing something else. I've just got it on in the background. Because I was just like, this is really bad, boring.
Yeah. So we gave up on.
Yeah, I've stopped to the best part.
Yes, definitely.
Keep it at that. Keep my memory sweet on it.
disappointingly, Ash vs Evil Dead has been cancelled.
Finished, isn't it now? Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard about
and it's
that,
a shame
Tommy.
because the end of the final episode was really good.
Yeah.
I
But
was
it's
upset.
it's a really good ending, but it kind of also makes you be like, hang on, but I want to see more of that. I want that. But then you kind of think like, no, it's a good way to close it off because Bruce Campbell says he's done now,
Yeah. This is
Which
the end
is-
of the chapter. He's all
yeah.
happy with it.
which is good because I think it could have been dragged through a little bit. And yeah, season 3 wasn't as good, but it had some very good moments, and it does tail off the character. And
Good. So yeah, 3 movies and 3 seasons.
22nd of August, Philippe is doing my Evil Dead tattoo.
Is he?
Yep.
Which one? What's it
Don't know yet.
You're gonna do? You could do. How about the book? The
We-
Necronomicon book will be biting into a hand.
We just don't know yet. But that we know
Play it by
we know that's what we're doing. We just haven't
the whole-
decided.
This arm, your other arm. Oh, your leg.
No, because this, my
No, I
next
meant the
sitting. No, my next sitting for this is.
How about 4 little mini
July.
ashes jumping into a mouth?
Oh yeah, I don't. Philippe's apparently got loads of stuff drawn up, and he's gonna. When I see him in July, he's gonna let me have a look through it. So I will keep you posted.
Yeah.
But July, I'm booked in on the 4th, I think, and I'm gonna have the rest of the sleeve coloured.
Yeah.
And we're bringing fire up here onto the shoulder where he's lighting the fire.
Yeah.
And we're having Shenron from Dragon Ball Z come up over my shoulder and down onto my chest because Matt has been lasering that one. So compared to
Yeah.
hi boys.
Hi, boy.
yeah.
So those are the plans.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wasting money on tattoos.
Yeah.
I say wasting. I get a lot of compliments for my
Arm.
sleeve, yeah. And I'm so happy with how it's looking. Have you seen I got Chopper
Yeah, I saw that a minute ago. I was like, see Chopper in the corner.
and I got a Guyver unit,
You got
Saitama,
Saitama.
and I got
Legend
L,
is.
and I got Ichigo, and I got Colossal. Oh, do you know what kind of annoys me is the fact that the Colossal Titan is a bit shit. No, it looks amazing,
Yeah.
but in the show he's a bit shit.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit shit.
But it's an iconic image, so it's fine.
Yeah.
And then I've got AV Unit 1, Yukashi, got my scar there where I tried slashing my wrists. I didn't, that was where I was opening that Xbox.
Yeah.
And Philippe tattooed over that last time. I almost killed him. Scar tissue, don't get scar tissue tattooed. It's
Hurts.
probably one of the most single painful moments in my life.
So I never get that tattooed then. No. That's when I opened up a can of...
Phil,
Whoop
getting
ass.
tattooed on your finger. Ouch.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Why?
No, because aren't finger tattoos supposed to be really painful?
What,
Oh yeah,
on
'cause
here?
it's just bone, isn't it?
No, like there.
Up there? I won't want anything up there. I don't want anything up there.
No, but would you?
If I run out of space, but I've got tons of fucking space.
Yeah, you do. That's
Tons of space.
You put
Tons of
your leg
space.
and that's it, isn't it?
Oh, I'm getting one here.
They say getting Phil's penis tattooed is much like just getting a sleeve. The length involved.
Yeah. You can use it as a draft excluder.
Some
He
people
is.
say
He's his own draft excluder.
Gets rid of that. But yeah.
So yeah, money being spent, but Evil Dead tattoo in August. That's my birthday present.
That's really cool.
That's pretty cool, actually. What, the whole of your leg up to your knee?
Don't know. We're going to
Start
talk about
with
it.
one and then expand.
I'm
it
not
when
getting
you're
my
done.
knee done.
Why not?
There was a guy in there getting his knee done when I was there in February, and he was not having a good time.
Oh, you don't. You
And
won't have a
it
good
was
time.
so swollen afterwards.
You couldn't do shit for about a week or two.
Yeah, no, fuck that noise.
Watch your ankles. You free soon, isn't it?
It is, yes.
You free this weekend?
Yes. Rumours. I'll go through what I've heard so far, and if anybody's heard of any other E3 rumours. Guys, we're gonna pause here and just recap.
Pores.